Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you had a good weekend and are ready to get started again with your learning packet. Today in writing, we're going to be starting a new informational piece. So if you haven't finished the one from last week, you need to get finished on it so that you can begin a new one this week. We just like we did last week, we're going to be getting our information from the Scholastic News called Beach of Glass. The first thing you're going to do, as you did again last week, you're going to read through the Scholastic News. You will read the front cover, make sure you read all at the bottom, then turn to the inside of the Scholastic News, and you're going to be reading about trash or treasure. It's about glass on a beach and how that glass got there, and now what's happening to the beautiful sea glass that is on the beach. So you're going to read all the way through. Make sure you read and think about whether this beach should be protected. So I want you to be thinking about it using your reading skills as you go through, reading your headers, reading your highlighted vocabulary words, words that are special font in highlighted and bold print. Go ahead and look at the illustrations and the pictures and read the captions. Then go on to the back of the Scholastic News and let's talk about, which we've done before in class, reduce, reuse, and recycle, and answer your questions here about those three words. And of course, you can refresh your memory by reading what it means to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So just go through, read it one time through, and then, as we did, I want you to go back and I want you to reread the informational piece of the Scholastic News. And as you're reading this time, I want you to either take a highlighter or just a pencil or pen and circle some important facts that you think you would want to use in your informational piece of writing. So that's all you really have to do today is go through, read it once, familiarize yourself with the text, make sure you understand what it's about, then go back and reread it again. And this time as you're reading, the second time as you're reading it, make sure you go through and circle or highlight things, facts. Remember, we're focusing on facts, things that are true. Even if it's things that it says that people believe, you can reword that in your piece by saying some people believe. So that's how you can get away with adding opinions to the story. But just go through and write and circle the facts in there about the glass, the sea glass, and what's actually happening. And then I'll come back in a little bit. We'll read it together, and I'll show you the facts that I circled and how we can put those facts on our informational writing sheet. But you don't have to do that part today. You're just reading and identifying the facts. Also, I wanted to remind you to be writing in your journal. Remember, your journal's like your diary. Don't forget to date it. Practice using those complete sentences with capitalization at the beginning, periods, or correct punctuation mark at the end, and then make sure your sentences make sense. You do that by rereading what you wrote. And remember, if it doesn't make sense to you, then it probably won't make sense to whoever is reading your journal. So be putting some things in there. You can always pull that journal out and add to it when something happens exciting, even things that are not so exciting. We can write about even things that are negative or not so much fun. You could write about the weather. You could write about what you did over the weekend, anything you're looking forward to doing, any birthdays you celebrated, or maybe a friend that celebrated a birthday or a family member, anything at all in your journal so that one day you'll be able to look back and remember. And again, that date's very important because that helps you to remember when it happened when you go back and read that one day. I will be back with you in a little bit and we will read together the Scholastic News and we'll go over some of the facts that I included.